All right, what's going on, family? Great noon. Great noon. It's gonna be real simple video. Very simple video. This is it's for my vegans out there, man. My vegans, or those who looking to go vegan, those who plant based, stuff like that. I'm gonna show y'all, what we eat over here and how we're able to maintain weight and stuff like that. Cause it's a lot of people out there that's gonna tell you, oh, well, they think that because you vegan, because you plant based, you vegetarian. A lot of people think that you don't supposed to have no weight on you. Right? That's bullshit. You just got to know what to eat and how to go about it and stuff like that. Give me a second, family. Get some people in here, and we gonna talk about it. Definitely gonna talk about it. Definitely gonna talk about it. How y'all doing out there today? How y'all doing out there today? All right, so let me get some Mr. P going right quick, man. We gonna come right back.
Prevention is better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. So protect if you got the antidote. So protect if you got the antidote. Britannia got no fighting power. GA control the universe.
Hold on, wait, you jive turkey. It won't be no gobble gobble or oink oink on the table this holiday season. We eat beans, not beans.
Don't worry, little buddies. Mr. P is here to save the day and get you guys out of here. Always remember, prevention is the best cure. The only way to do that is to eat your greens to receive your protein and alkaline your environment.
All right, so we back. Okay. So before I start off, right? Before I start off, let me share my screen with you guys, like I always do. And listen, man, I encourage you guys to take advantage of the sale that we got going on right now. 25% off all items. 25% off all items, okay? And the sale is going to be until December 26th. So go ahead and jump on that, man. Go ahead and jump on that. 25% off of all items. And we also still have our cold and flu package deal going, right? Where you can get 3 items, okay? And whichever item is lower price, that's the one you'll get for free. So for example, if you was to get 2 knockout teas and 1 elderberry tea, the 2 knockout teas are $30, right? The elderberry tea is $25. So that's one is the lower price. So that's the one you get for free. Okay. And then as an addition, we're throwing in 1 ounce of the Baobab. Okay. So we have the sea mosses. All the sea mosses are available. They're included inside the cold and flu package. We have the elderberry herbs. Also, if you want to go ahead and make your own tea, right? We have the cold and flu blend. That's with the elderberry and echinacea. We have that too. What's going on, Dre? What's good, Dre? What's good, King? So we have that also. And then last but not least, we have one of our best, okay, the elderberry syrup, the elderberry liquid, okay? That's the one you could go ahead and, feed to your kids. You can spoon feed them, especially if you got some youngins, right? 1 year old, 2 years old. You can go ahead and, spoon feed them that elderberry syrup, real good for them. It's going to, protect their immune system and keep them, keep them in, or keep them out of harm's way, should I say. That's what it's going to do. Because we in that time now, we entering the winter. We entering the winter solstice. So we need to do what we need to do to prevent. So take advantage of that sale, family. Please do. Take advantage of that sale. Okay, what my IG looking like? What's going on, IG? What's good? How y'all doing out there? 25% off, family. Stop playing. Go ahead and take advantage of that sale. It'll be here until the 26th. So, listen, this is a major sale. This is our biggest sale of the year. So we closing it out with a bang. We closing it out with a bang. We doing both. So yeah, man, we closing it out with a bang, man. So you got opportunity to go ahead and get the cold and flu package deal, right? Or you can go ahead and get 25% off any item. So you can't beat it. You can't beat it. So we're gonna talk about how to maintain, man, how to maintain weight, because it's a misnomer out there that people think that because you go plant-based, you're supposed to be, then interested. Like that's crazy, right? That's beyond me, like Howard Davis. And they think that just because you vegan or whatever, you're not, like, for some reason you're not, like, you don't supposed to have weight or something like that. Like, people see me and they be like, oh, well, you kind of, yeah, I'm not small because, I still eat. I just don't eat meat. Okay. I still eat, just don't eat meat. So let me show you something right quick. So this is a plate that I ate last night. Okay. And let me explain this to you. So this is a plate I ate last night. Family on IG. I'm sorry, but if y'all want to, tune in, y'all have to go on the screen, y'all, okay, or the YouTube or Facebook, all right, and you'll see. So this is a plate I ate last night, okay. This is a plate I ate last night, and just kind of explain to you guys what it is, right? So we got a little bit of fonio over here, and I'm gonna explain to you guys, like, I'm gonna show y'all the nutrients and things of that nature. So we're gonna talk a little bit about protein, we're gonna talk a little bit about fiber, and we're gonna talk a little bit about calories, okay? So we got the fonio right here, we got the Brussels sprouts, we got the kale, we got the mushrooms, right? And then we got the lentils, the sprouted lentils. And then we got a couple of peppers, but I'm not talking about peppers right now. But so that's what we got on the plate right here. Now, so the Brussels sprouts and the kale is doing it again. I don't know why I'd always do this. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why it's doing that. So with the Brussels sprouts and the kale, okay, those are what they call cruciferous vegetables. All right, cruciferous vegetables. And the reason why these vegetables in particular, okay, help with maintaining weight is because they are a little thick. Okay, they're a little thick, and they're a little tougher than your lettuces of the world, like your romaine lettuce and stuff like that, your spinach and things of that nature. These greens, these vegetables in particular, are a little tougher. They're a little tougher to digest. Okay, so the way you go about this is you eat a 4-course meal like this, okay, and you kind of push it. You kind of push it. You push it back to like 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. Okay, because we know the later it get, the less digestion is taking place. All right, so this is how you tweak it a little bit if you want to, maintain your weight. Okay, if you want to just kind of stay bulky and stuff like that. But you got to eat plates like this on the regular. You have to eat plates like this on the regular, and that's going to help you maintain your weight. So it's not all about just eating, greens and nuts and seeds and fruits and vegetables all the time. Like, it's not all about that, right? You can go ahead and, switch it up, mix it up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down. Let's start with the fonio. So, matter of fact, hold on, let's do this right quick. So when we talk about protein, right? Let's just look at this. How much protein do we actually need? So if you look over here, it says that male and female, okay, from 19 years old and older, all right? So 54 grams for male, right, a day, and 44 grams for the females a day. This is the requirements of the protein that we need. All right, so 54 grams and 44 grams. 54 for the male, 44 for the female. Okay, y'all got that? So 54 grams of protein a day for male, and then 44 grams of protein a day for females. All right, so let's start off with the fonio. So right here with the fonio, you can see that the fonio has, it only has 2 grams of protein, and that's cool. So look at the carbs. You got the 39 grams of the carb, and then you got the 170 calories, and that's another thing we're gonna talk about too, the carb. And then you got the 1 gram of the fiber, and then you got a little bit of fat in there. So just by eating fonio alone, all right, this is gonna help you maintain your weight, because you can see the carbs, you can see the calories, you can see the fiber, you can see the protein. It got all that for you. Okay, so eat fonio on the regular. This is going to be in addition to the other foods that you can eat that help maintain your weight. Now, the key in this is the fiber to me. Okay, the key is the fiber to me, because the fiber, remember, the fiber, what it's going to do is it's going to control the blood sugar, right? It's going to control the blood sugar. It's going to control the cholesterol that's coming in the body. And that's going to give you that sustainability, that longevity of that energy. So this is what you need. So therefore, you don't just put something in your body and then next thing you know, it gets burned up quick or whatnot. And then next thing you know, I don't want to say that. You don't want to put something in your body that spikes your blood. Okay, that runs your energy up and then runs it right back down. And then next thing you know, you're hungry again. So the fiber is always important, because the fiber helps maintain and control the absorption of the sugar inside the bloodstream. So therefore, it creates that longevity of the energy. So when you eat these foods, basically what I'm saying is that you feel full for longer, all right, to your next meal. So that way you don't be, eating too much, overeating. You don't be indulging in gluttony, all right? So this is the key thing about it. So the fonio is part of that meal that I just showed you guys, right? So we got fonio. Now let's go to the kale. We got the kale, and we got kale and broccoli right next to the side of each other. So if you look at the broccoli and you look at the kale, you got 34 calories for the broccoli, 40 for the kale, and then you got your carbs again. Your 7 grams of carbs, right, for the broccoli, and 4 grams for the carbs for the kale. 0% fat, which is excellent, okay, because you don't really need that fat. You don't really need too much fat. Well, when you get fat from vegetables and stuff like that, that's cool. Okay, it's cool, but that's gonna help promote your HDL, your high density lipoprotein. That's your good fat. It's not your LDL, which is your low density lipoprotein. So you kind of benefit from that. And then again, here you go again with the fiber. All right, 2 grams for the kale, 2.6 grams for the broccoli. And then you got your 3 grams for your protein, 4 grams to the protein for the kale, right? So you got also vitamin B, potassium, all that other good stuff. And this is, again, this is another food that you can add, okay, to your meal, to your 4-course meal. And again, these are cruciferous vegetables. They're a little tougher on our digestive system to break down. However, they do break down, but because of the fiber in it and things of that nature, this is going to create that longevity, right, of that energy. So therefore, you can, you don't have to sit around and try to eat too much. So that's how that goes, right? So let's go back to the picture. So next one is the Brussels sprouts. So let's go to the Brussels sprouts, right? So here go your Brussels sprouts. You got your 4 grams of your protein. And listen, don't worry about the protein. We're going to get to that. I'm going to say the best for last, right? So you got your protein, 4 grams, low in fat, cholesterol free. This is what you want to be seeing, right? Good source of fiber, 56 calories, 4.1. okay, grams of fiber, 11 grams of carbs, and then you got 0.8 with the fat. So you get a little fat in there. Okay, you get a little fat in there. The thing is about fat is that our body makes pretty much fat. It pretty much makes the fat. Our liver makes the fat. It pretty much does. 75% of the fat or the cholesterol, which is pretty much the same thing, okay, comes from our liver. So therefore, when we like indulging in just these saturated, these foods, high in saturated fat, I'm sorry, it is counterproductive. Like we don't need too much. Like we overdo it. Okay, we overdo it. We don't even really need that much because our livers, and you can go look this up. Our livers produce 75% of cholesterol, anyways. So we don't really need that much. All right, so that's another one that you can add. So we got we already covered them. Matter of fact, I think we could say matter of fact, yeah. So we say the best for last, right? So the sprouted lentils. Now the thing is with these lentils, you can play around. You can play around with the lentils. Now this is where your protein, your high protein, gonna come in at right here. You see that? Y'all see that, right? The 17.2 grams, right, of the protein, 38.3 carbs. But look, 0 fat. You good? 200 calories, 17.2 fiber. All right. So you can play around with the lentils. They got different kinds, and this is how you can definitely get your fat. I don't know why my phone's doing this. And you could definitely get your you could definitely maintain your weight and keep your weight on. You understand what I'm saying? So let me show you down here. You got chickpeas. That's another one. Look at the calories on the chickpeas. Got a little fat in there, 10.7 grams of protein. You got your pinto beans, right? 245 calories, 15 grams of the fiber, 15 grams of the protein, 45 grams of the carbs. Okay, so you could play around with these foods. You could play around with these foods, mix and match, do your little thing with them, and you don't have to worry about your protein intake. Okay, you don't need to worry about your requirement of protein. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, just got to play around with it. Eat the foods that you know. Like, okay, so the peas. Look at the peas. The peas got the 4.1 with the protein, 11 grams of the carbs, 3.6 of the fiber. Come on, man. Listen, so you don't have to worry about losing weight. You don't have to worry about maintaining your weight. You don't have to worry about losing muscle. You don't have to worry about these things. You don't have to worry about building, renewing tissue. You don't have to worry about these things. You can just play around with it. So this is a normal, this is a normal plate for us. The queen cook it, and this is what we eat. Okay, you got the kale in there. You got, as you can see, we got the mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms in there. We got the Brussels sprouts. We got the fonio. We got the lentil. So you can't tell me I'm not going to keep my weight. You can't tell me I'm not going to maintain my weight. You're not going to tell me I'm not getting enough protein. You're not going to tell me this stuff, right? You can't tell me that. Okay, so if you see me and I have weight on me, this is the reason why. It's just that simple, It's just that simple. But here's the thing that I want to get out to you guys. All right, and this stuff is pretty much, I'm gonna be honest with you, pretty much self-explanatory because we do it anyways, even if we don't know, we do it anyways. Now, when it comes to beans, when it comes to certain foods that we eat, being plant-based, being vegan, a lot of us, tend to go to these type of foods. So you have what they call anti-nutrients, okay? You have anti-nutrients. And anti-nutrients right here says are plant compounds that reduce the body's ability to absorb essential nutrients, okay? You don't want that. So right here, you see that they are not a major concern for most people, but may become a problem during periods of malnutrition or among people who base their diets almost solely on grains and legumes, all right, or legumes, whichever one you want to pronounce it as, right? So this is why it's so important to have a very diverse diet, okay? This is why it's so important to eat a variety of different foods, because you don't want to solely depend on, you know, just grains and legumes, all right, or legumes. So you have certain anti-nutrients like phytate, right? Tinnitus, lectins, protease inhibitors, and calcium oxalate. And as you can see, it get a little crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you though. So the phytate is mainly found in seed, grains, and legumes, right? Reduces the absorption of minerals from a meal. This includes iron, zinc, magnesium, and calcium. So that can be very scary, okay, if you eating foods that can deplete you of these essential minerals, right? So you want to be very careful and want to be very mindful. I can't leave this out. I got to tell y'all. So you got tannins, right? A class of antioxidant polyphenols that may impair the digestive of various nutrients, okay? You have that. You got the lectins. The lectins found in all food plants, especially in seeds, legumes, and grains. Some lectins may be harmful in high amounts and interfere with the absorption of nutrients. And then you got the protease inhibitors, widely distributed among plants, especially in seeds, grains, and legumes, right? They interfere with protein digestion by inhibiting digestive enzymes. And we got the calcium oxalate, which is the primary form of calcium in many vegetables such as spinach. The calcium bond to oxalate is poorly absorbed, right? So the thing is this, right? You have these anti-nutrients that's present in legumes, beans, and things of that nature, right? Vegetables and things of that nature. But guess what? A lot of it get taken care of doing what? Let me show you. Soaking. One of the ways you get rid of that is soaking your beans, right? You soak your beans. You soaking your legumes in water overnight, okay? It reduces all of those, all right? So we do it anyways. So sprouting, sprouting is another way. It's another mechanism, okay, to reduce the phytates, and things of that nature, okay? Fermentation is another way to do it, to get rid of that, okay? That's another one. And then last but not least, which most of us do anyways, okay, is boiling, right? So when you boil your beans and stuff like that, that gets rid of the anti-nutrients as well, all right? So a combination of these methods, like you said, soaking, boiling, sprouting, fermentation, right? Soaking overnight, things of that nature, all play a role in getting rid of the anti-nutrients. So it's nothing really to be afraid of. Because when I discovered this, I was listening to a young lady on Instagram, and she was talking about the phytates and stuff like that. But I was like, it's got to be a little bit more to it, The thing that we don't want to do, we don't want to get comfortable with telling people like, okay, this is bad, that is bad. But then we don't really say, the other, like we don't really tell the other part of it. Like we don't really tell the other side of the story. So I was like, man, hold on. So you mean to tell me that, all right, if I'm vegan, if I'm plant-based, and I know, okay, if I'm gonna go for my protein would be found in grains and beans, right? And legumes, right? Or legumes. If this is where I'm gonna find my protein, this is where I'm gonna find my fiber, in these foods, these type of foods. I hope is good enough for me to eat it, because if it's not, then it's counterproductive. So you mean to tell me I dump meat to go to eating more beans and relying on the beans and things of that nature for my protein, and I can't even eat them because it has these anti-nutrients? So I had to look more into it, and I'm like, okay, well, it shows right here that you soak them overnight, right? If you get like, see these sprouted right here. So we'll eat these, right? So the sprouted lentils and stuff like that. So this is what we'll eat. So fermentation, right? Sprouting, boiling, and soaking them. Because the thing is, when you go shopping, even if you go for canned beans, right? They're gonna be in water. They're not gonna be dry. So you can't cook the food. You can't cook beans without them being like soaked in water anyways. Like you can't just cook dry beans. Like you just can't do it. And nobody's gonna sit up there and eat dry beans anyways, right? You're not gonna do it. So a lot of that stuff is dealt with, you feel me, just by these methods, okay? These combination of methods, you know, soaking, boiling, and things of that nature. So again, so the last thing that, you know, I want to do and that I feel that we should do is mislead the people or just tell them that, oh, this bad, this bad. So yeah, if you eating this stuff and you're not going about it the right way, right? It can be harmful. It can be dangerous. And especially if you got something like phytates robbing you for your iron, that's real bad for women. That's real bad for women. So guys want to be, you know, very mindful when you're eating processed food and junk food, because this stuff will be present in that food and is no way to avoid it. So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of females are anemic and deal with that, because it's in the flours, it's in the baking goods, it's in the cakes, it's in the desserts, it's like in all these different foods. So if you're not mindful of that and you don't know that, if you're ignorant towards that, then you won't even know why you're anemic. You don't even know why your blood count is low. You won't even know, right? So it's very important that we understand that. And I think I pretty much covered everything. I just want to come on here and chat with y'all a little bit. But yeah, so that's how much protein we need: 54 grams a day for males and 44 grams a day for females. And it's not hard to get it. It's really not hard to get it. And yeah, that's how you go about it, family. That's how you go about it. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But again, take advantage of the sale. Take advantage of the sale. 25% off all items. And we still have the cold and flu package going on. If you could get 3 items and whichever one is lower price, that's the one you'll get for free. So take advantage of that. Okay, because prevention is the best cure. Prevention is the best cure. All right. Let me see, IG, y'all got any questions? Any questions? I'm just on here rambling today. See if I got any questions. No, any questions? Nope. I don't know why people be I don't know. Some people be scared to ask questions, man. I gotta ask questions, man. I gotta talk, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I guess not, man. I guess not. In due time. What? How they said, going once, going twice. I'm out, man. But yeah, take advantage of the sale, family. AlkalineEnvironment.com. 25% off. 25% off. It'll last all the way up until December 26th. Get all your goods, man. Get your juices, get your teas, get your powders, get your sea moss, get your herbs, get all that good stuff. But so with that being said, I'm out. I'm gonna leave y'all with Mr. P. Mr. P, go ahead and take him out, man. Won't be no gobble gobble on the table today.
got the antidote. Britannia got no fighting power. GA control the universe.
Hold on, wait, you jive turkey. It won't be no gobble gobble or oink oink on the table this holiday season. We eat beans, not beans.
Don't worry, little buddies. Mr. P is here to save the day and get you guys out of here.
It's better than cure. Prevention.
Always remember, prevention is the best cure. The only way to do that is to eat your greens to receive your protein and alkaline your environment.